Edwards Virginia Smokehouse presents the Cured Meat Podcast. Today's question is, what's the difference between Edwards Country Hams, Wigwam Hams, and Surryano Hams?
So we have three different types of country hams. One is the country ham we traditionally call the country ham. We have the Wigwam ham, we have the Surryano ham. All three are cured the same way in salt. We salt the hams, we resalt them after 5 days. We use the same ingredients. They all stay in salt about the same amount of time, depending on the size, between 30, 35 days, based on size. Then we go into an equalization room or springtime room. Depending on the size, we'll leave them in there 2 to 3 weeks at 50 degrees. Then we go into a room where we smoke the hams, more based on color. Usually takes about 7 days till we get a dark mahogany color. And then we go into the aging room. Now, the country hams, we use a pink pig, which is what you see most pork raised today. That's the type of hog we use for that type of ham. Very lean, but you don't need a lot of fat in that ham because we're aging it roughly 4 months. For the Wigwam ham, we're using heritage pork, and the Surryano, we're using heritage pork, which has a heavier marbling to it, because we're aging the Wigwam ham about 11 months and the Surryano about 18 months. So it needs that heavy marbling throughout the lean part of, throughout the muscle of the meat, not just on the outside, but throughout the muscles, so that you get a moisture taste and flavor in your mouth. The hams will dry out too much if you use that lean new generation pig that you get in the marketplace today. So unique flavor profiles in all of them. Huge difference between one and the other. And the first one, the country ham, being the most mild, the Wigwam ham being more of the type of ham that you would have seen back in the 30s and 40s that my grandfather started with. It was the flagship product. And the Surryano is more like a European style ham that's, like I say, aged 18 months.
Yeah, and this really harkens back to the great American ham tastings that we've done across the country and locally when we've paired up. When we get an opportunity to get a group of people in a room and talk about the different hams that were produced, the different flavor profiles, how the breed of the hog, the feed of the hog, how they're raised, how they're slaughtered, cure method, terroir, which is the flora, the fauna, the good bacteria that we have rolling around, all have an immediate impact on the finished flavor profile of each ham. And it's really just an absolute blast to take people on that trip. We'll actually be doing something down at Palmetto Bluff in South Carolina in the early part of November. Responsibly socially distanced small event, but where we'll get an opportunity to carry a small group of people on that trip, paired up with 4 different wines. We'll actually be doing 4 hams. So for me, the younger country ham, more of a sea air, briny salt, mild fermentation, light smoke, great product, goes well with everything. That's why I call it our gateway country ham. For anybody who's had a bad country ham experience, try a younger country ham. I think you'll find something really cool. The Wigwam, with that 11 months age, as Sam said, much more intense, really nutty, funky, more of a hard Parmesan cheese rind kind of salt hit to it, not overpowering, not 9-volt battery, but really very cool. That's a country ham. Then when you get into the Surryano, between the difference in the breed, using the heritage breed, the marbling, the longer age, you really do get that buttery texture kind of mouthfeel working. Great fermentation, more of a well-aged cheese salt hit on that one, a little bit of fruit on the end. And then, of course, we did just roll out our new Iberico pork Surryano style ham, which is, absolutely unique in flavor profile. I was actually slicing some back yesterday and asked Sam, I said, you want a pack to take home for snacking? He said, absolutely. And that's, with the Iberico coming from Spain as opposed to the heritage breeds that we're using here in the States, there's actually even more marbling that's a little bit richer. And with that one, there's almost this nuttiness, the diet where they're rooting around and foraging for, acorn, sweet mesquite beans, prickly pear fruit. I mean, it's a truly unique flavor profile. I'm still trying to dial in on what that one's all about because the subtleties are so intense. But it really is, so it kind of comes down when you're looking at the different flavor profiles. For me, how are you going to use it? For a beginner on country ham, go with the younger country ham. If you're trying to, please a large group of people. If you got a bunch of country ham fans, go with the Wigwam. There is something true, and that was like the first flagship style ham we started selling back in 1926. If you're thinking more charcuterie, definitely Surryano or the Iberico. Surryano ham, can't go wrong either way. So, but it's or you could just buy one of each and do your own little tasting at home. That's always fun to do as well.
Got a cured meat question? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.